So without them lobbying me, I want to request Your Excellency through your daughter to give audience to some of these Ugandans. I think they feel jealous when they see the oil sheikhs from Saudi Arabia always visiting you. They see the Chinese and others. Your own struggling people also want to come and meet you because they are the ones you have promised to protect in your recent speech. So I believe very strongly that today you'll continue to do what you do best, as stated in 1 Corinthians 14:8. If the trumpet does not sound a clear call, who will get ready for battle? Your Excellency, you mobilized us during Corona. These people responded. They want to hear you now giving them new incentives. You mobilized the country and immunized all the citizens. You fought the battle against HIV/AIDS. These are your trumpets that you have blown. Now you have become an economic freedom fighter.
The investors from outside and from within Uganda get together with the ministers and the public servants. You should therefore be able to bring up all issues and resolve them. What I would like is to guide the Ministry of Industries, because you see many of these are under the heading of industry, Makorero. If the ministry could capture all these people so that we give them support, because these are not very difficult to support. But somehow, like for instance, Mama Bella Wine, I normally meet her on a show, and then I hand her to my people, because that one I wanted to support her directly myself, but they never bring her. So then next time I see her is like now.
Therefore, one of the concerns that came through was that the taxes are so high and they are killing investment. And I would like to submit that maybe what is killing some investments or making some investors struggle is lack of sufficient knowledge about the exemptions in the law that they can take advantage. So let me systematically address the cycle of tax administration. When a business is registered with the Uganda Registration Services Bureau, the next requirement is to have a tax identification number. This is to prepare the business for paying taxes as and when the taxes are due. Getting a TIN does not equal to paying taxes. And what is expected after you have registered your business, the next step is that you start filing your returns. So for example, you've registered a company and it has not started doing business, you will file what they call a nil return. This is just to let Uganda Revenue Authority that yes, I registered my company, but I have no business as yet. But also we take cognizance of the fact that businesses take time to mature. So while your business is growing and it's not yet at a stage of paying income tax, because income tax is a percentage of the profit that you have made, you still file a return, and in your return you show that my expenses were this much, my investment was this much, and therefore I have no profit, and therefore I have no income tax to pay. So what happens when there is a lapse and you do not file a return? Then Uganda Revenue Authority starts to assume that you are actually doing business. And we normally start by sending a reminder. Can you file your return? The year has ended. And if you say, if you keep quiet, the next reminder will be, we are going to make an estimate assessment based on the imports you made into the country or any other data that we may have. So this is where complications begin. And at URA, we are saying, we will, as much as possible, try to educate you, to sensitize you about your responsibilities and obligations, but feel no pressure to pay taxes where you have not made any.
Where we're exporting these things, we'll need to be sure that they are safe and they will not cause any harm. We have secured huge markets. The African community of a population of 300 million, which will be 886 million in 2050. That's the East African community, the African Continental Free Trade Area of 1.2 billion, and it will be 2.5 billion in 2050. The AGOA, European markets, and Chinese markets. But access to these markets has in several times been a because of some of the things that we are seeing in the products. For example, pesticide residues, aflatoxins, and these are some of the things that the markets are complaining about. So as a ministry under UNBS, we are trying to make sure that we keep an eye on the standards of the products that you produce. When we do that, we secure the safety of the consumers, but at the same time, we guarantee confidence in the products that you produce. We would want you, when you produce medicine and put it in the pharmacy, we don't want anybody to differentiate between a UK-produced tablet and a Ugandan tablet. I want to challenge all of you, when you go to a pharmacy and you see a Ugandan-made tablet and a UK-made tablet, which one do you run to first? You run to the UK. What is the reason? Because of some little bit of lack of confidence of the products that we are producing. That's why UNBS was put in place to ensure that we follow the standards.
The issue of corrupted officers, the issue of corrupted officials. Somebody came and whispered to me just before you came and said, Minister, if we hadn't at assessment by Uganda Revenue Authority, in order for them to do what the customer wants, you have to look for something what we call kitu kidogo. Equally, if you want a power connection, again, if you don't do that, you may take 1 year before you get a connection. Mr. President, this thing has been hurting me. I don't sleep. I am looking for money. I am abused by colleagues that I'm not giving them money. When I give money, people do not use it for the purpose for which it has been given. We shall discuss later on, even in private meetings. But the question of corruption, Mr. President, is getting the nerves of some of us. It's really very terrible. We really must whip, we must crack, we must track. Those fellows who are doing those things, they should not be in our government. They shouldn't be in our government at all. You are a clean man, I'm a clean man, others also clean men and women. We work so hard. We worked hard to bring this country to where it is now, and people want to derail us, to take our country into wars unnecessarily. You know, I can